Hello, everyone. We are about to start this webinar on the Open Innovation Challenge, the future of eco-design vehicles. So I am Sophie Demour, Head of Programs of SoScience, and I'm very pleased to welcome you to this webinar. It's recorded, and we will send you a replay just after the session. Some rules before we start. You have a chat you are free to use to exchange remarks and comments. And you also have a Q&A section. So use the Q&A section really to ask your question. Either some of us will answer directly, or we will take the question at the end. And if you see that your question is already asked, you just have to like it, and we will answer firstly the most popular questions. The program of today. So first, Alexandre Claillet, Director of Advanced Technology Investment and Corporate Venture Capital of Plastic Omnium, is going to introduce Plastic Omnium and the challenge. Then Julie Jouvencel, Managing Director of SoScience, will present you our organization. And I will present the future of challenge in detail, and we'll have a 20 minutes Q&A section. Alexandre, the floor is yours. Alexandre, we don't hear you. I think there is some technical problem.
Yes. Hello, do you hear me?
Yes, perfectly.
Okay. So I'm trying to display my face, but it doesn't work for some reason. So I'm just gonna give you a big intro about Plastic Omnium today. So about our different businesses. So Plastic Omnium, it's a global mobility player, as you know. We are actually operating in all kind of mobilities, all type of mobilities, so passenger cars, of course, but commercial vehicles, bus, trucks, trains, and even planes. Last year, we generated with our 30,000 collaborators about 9 billion revenues, with a global footprint, so about like 150 plants worldwide, and as a tier one supplier for automotive manufacturers, and our 43 R&D centers, including 3 global R&D centers. So the group organization is distributed across 5 divisions, so business lines. So we have an automotive exterior business, called Intelligent Exterior Systems, so mainly a division working for delivering bumpers and tailgates, with a leading position worldwide. PO modules, formerly known as HBPO, delivering front-end and cockpit modules. A division, Clean Energy System, delivering fuel systems for conventional gasoline and diesel vehicles, but also now progressing very swiftly towards electrification with the delivering of battery and battery packs and battery modules for electric vehicles and hybrid vehicles. A division called New Energies, which is mainly actually focused on hydrogen systems, so mainly hydrogen high pressure tanks and fuel cells and fuel cell systems. And lastly, so our newly acquired division, it's called like PO lighting system, comprising of 2 different businesses. It's made of a formerly company called Osram AMLS and Varroc lighting systems. So just moving to the next slide. So just to take you through very quickly about why we actually want to organize an Open Innovation Challenge. So to understand that, I think to reply to this question, so we have to understand really like the context. So for Plastic Omnium, actually, the goal or the desire was to explore very unfamiliar areas of innovation. Unfamiliar, not necessarily for everyone, but for us. And what we mean by that is mean like it needs to be open. Mean with of course our own with our own people, but also in collaboration with some partners. So really, like the idea is to explore partnerships on the international level. The idea is to develop solutions with positive impacts globally, to develop a more sustainable mobility. So that's really much in line with our new purpose, which is driving a new generation of mobility. Sustainability, one of the core actually values of the company. We'll be exploring on an annual basis an area, and the theme of this year is the eco-design vehicles. Really, like what we will do is we will award 3 projects that will be developed over the course of 6 months from a funding by Plastic Omnium of around 500,000 euros to be distributed between the different products that would be awarded. So what's really for on your side? What's in it for you? Essentially, if you want to make a difference, that's really an opportunity for you to have a meaningful and positive impact because of the theme, it's really like sustainability. You have an opportunity as well to collaborate with an entire ecosystem of experts of all different fields, including scientists, academics, engineering experts, startups, and non-profit organizations. And really, what differentiates this challenge from what you could see out there, it's the ability to deliver concrete solutions. So we really want to focus not on awarding ideas, but awarding funding to develop these ideas and prove them through 6-month demonstrators. So thanks very much. And with that, I'll leave you with Julie for the intro on SoScience.
Thank you very much, Alexandre, and hi everyone. Thank you for joining us today. I should have the control, but yeah, okay, doesn't work. As you may have noticed, as Alexander told you, this Open Innovation Challenge format is a bit different than from what you have probably used to practicing. We are here to launch multi-stakeholders collaboration. So you are not just here to show your solution, but together with other actors and partners with them. Why? Because we believe that in the face of today's complex challenge and problem, only cooperation and collective intelligence can provide solutions. And to do so, we have to identify the right experts, sometimes out of your sector of activity or your industry. We need to gather new disciplines. We need to have experts that are not from R&D scope, for example, actors from the civil society. And that's what we do at SoScience since 2014. We are expert for the European Commission as an expert for research and innovation, responsible research and innovation. And today it's very important for you to understand that all the financing in Europe will all imply a path toward impacts. So research and development teams, research and development actors need to understand how to change their way of working. And we have developed this methodology, the Future of, which is a framework over 12 months, which has been recognized by the UN as a Sustainable Development Goals good practice. And through this framework, we managed to gather different kinds of actors who are hardly able to work together. And we are going to reunite all of you who wants to launch collaboration and accompany you within 6 months to launch a collaboration. So I'm sorry, the slide don't work, although I have the control. Why is this interesting for you? As Alexander said, as to the responsible research and innovation, is the first benefit is that you are, whether you are a researcher, startups, or an enterprise, you will have interest in working with other actors, because the problematic, which is the one of the challenge, is reuniting all the elements of science, social and environmental aspects, and business criteria. You will have access to other networks than the one you are used to work with. And because of this framework, you are going to work very fast, like in a more agile way, to launch collaboration and trust between people that you don't know. It will allow most of you to have an international connection, whether you come from South America, Asia, Africa, or all continents. We usually have people from all over the world, and it's an opportunity for you to show and demonstrate your skills and knowledge. And hopefully, we'll hope that you'll have a good networking experience. And for the best collaboration, we will have innovative projects that we will have not occurred out of this space of serendipity. As I told you, the future of methodology is recognized internationally, and today we have international networks from all these type of actors that you will be engaged with during the meeting days in November. And we have already done 13 programs before this one with Plastic Omnium on different subjects. Here again, it's all sectors. It's really transdisciplinary. It's cross-sectorial, and the point is to meet with other people, other actors of innovation that you are not used to. So good luck for everyone, and I hope you'll have a great journey with the Plastic Omnium and SoScience. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Julie. Okay, so I'm going to present you our methodology, the future of, designed to build collaborative and impactful projects, as you might have understand with the Julie intervention. And of course, particularly the future of eco-design vehicle challenge. So the first thing is that we built a committee with experts from Plastic Omnium and also from outside Plastic Omnium, other companies and public researchers, for example. And we co-define the problematic we want you to work on. And the problematic is, how do we double the average lifespan of vehicles while reducing their environmental impact and maintaining their value through modular and upgradable design? As you might have understand, this is a very wide question, and we are waiting for very diverse applications. You have some examples of objectives we could have on this challenge, like how could we shift the vehicle industry from a linear to a circular model? How could we transform the existing fleet into new raw materials? How could we think about new business models, economic innovations to set up this circular model? How could we design a modular and upgradable vehicles? Could we enable vehicles to evolve during life and have multiple uses? And how to maintain the value of a vehicle during its life. So this list is non-exhaustive. So feel free really to propose any other innovation that could enter in the problematic we define. A quick overview of the challenge and of the timeline. So it's composed of 4 stages. And I will detail each stages just after. The first one, the current one, is the call for application. It would last until September 7th. It's the deadline for submitting your application. Then on November 3rd, we'll have the meetup day with the selected applicants and the committee. We have 1 month of collaboration setup. to formalize your project. And we'll have 6 months of support, operational and financial support. So the call for application, the first thing you have to do is to go on the platform. You have the address just here, and I'm sure that you know it. You register. Your registration takes 1 minute. It's just really your name, your company, and which type of organization are you. And when you register, you get an email with the link to the application form. If you don't, you really have to check your spam because you might have received it. And if really you have some issue, you can, of course, contact us. And then your application, it's about 1 or 2 hours of work to fill in the form. In the form, you have a small part on you, and then a part on what we call the project. But what is really important is that we don't need that you have a global project, a project that will answer perfectly to the problematic. It could be just a part of the solution, your expertise, technology, and your idea, and your resources. The idea is really to build collaboration, to have synergies between applicants. So I said it again, but you don't have to have the whole project. And we'll ask you what innovation is in your project, what are the expected impacts, what are your needs, what could be your contribution. What is very important is that you explain what you could bring to the challenge and to a collaborative project. And also very important, the deadline, as I already said, it's September 7th. So you have 1 month and a half to complete this form. Once the call for application is finished, the committee will review the application and select the most promising ones. They will be particularly attentive to your expertise, how you can contribute to the problematic, your willingness to create partnerships, and your social and environmental approach. These three criteria are really important for us. So you have to detail all that in your application to be sure to be selected. And with each candidate, the committee has 3 choices. Either you are selected, so you will be invited to come at the meetup day in Paris on November 3rd, and you will be invited to build a collaborative project with other applicants. Or the committee needs information on your application. Maybe it wasn't detailed enough. So we will come back to you with questions by email, and we will ask you to answer it as soon as possible. Or you are not selected for the meetup day, but your expertise may still be valuable, of course, and you could be contacted later by the collaborative project teams to join them in the project. A few words on the meetup day. So it will take place, as I said, on November 3rd in Paris. We will gather about 50 experts together, and they will discuss and build impactful collaboration. Normally, at the end of the day, each participant might have 1 project, 1 team, and has started to write a collaborative form. And then you will have 1 month to mature your idea, prepare your value proposal, and you will pitch on December 15th in front of the committee still in Paris to see if your project is selected by the committee. 3 collaborative projects will be selected to receive support from SoScience and from Plastic Omnium. Which type of support? In fact, you will have a 6 months follow-up. Support from SoScience is operational and technical support, some project management, and will help you to solve some question like how to structure, to align the member of the consortia. We are going to help you with communication, finding complementary expertise or skills, identifying financing opportunities, and you will also have some support from Plastic Omnium, some financial support. So it will last until July 2023. And then Plastic Omnium will decide what would be the next step for the project, depending on how you are at this stage. So we have an overview of the whole program. The idea is really to have as many questions as possible, and if you need us to detail some parts, please have some question. So if there are some question, I can't see the Q&A section. So.
So, yes, we've got a question that is maybe more addressed to Alexandre Claillet from Plastic Omnium. So Eric Wyatt was wondering how intellectual properties question will be addressed.
So thanks for the question, Eric. so essentially, we have agreed with the organization of the challenge that there will be no loophole with regards to intellectual property. So essentially, the way it works, so depending on where you're from. So first thing, if you're working as a collaborator, as an employee of Plastic Omnium, it's very clear that intellectual property will be dealt with your contract or employment contract with Plastic Omnium, meaning that all new developments actually generated as part of your employment with Plastic Omnium is part of will belong to Plastic Omnium. So that's the premise. Now, if you're an external collaborator, and we wish you are as well, so the first, everything leading to the awarding of the project, so meaning December 15th this year, will be covered via non-disclosure agreements. There are no intellectual property actually generated throughout the different exchanges and sharing that we will conduct and organize in partnership with SoScience. So initially, you come up and you give your ideas, you share your thoughts with people. You have an NDA. It's all covered through an NDA, a mutual NDA. And only once you prepare in the run-up for the 15, when you prepare your project and you're awarded, then we will take like a thorough review or intellectual property for the projects, but on an individual basis, because every project is different. We don't know the number of collaborators, the number of organizations involved, so that we will have a legal support team to review that with you.
Yes, we have another question for you, Alexandre. Is it possible to hide other names in the form in case of several people created the ideas/project?
Sorry, you said to hide? To hide other names?
To add.
To add other names.
Yeah.
Yes. So in the form, essentially, so what we review is applications from people. So that's more like it's a people-based application. But we recognize as well that you can be applying on behalf of an organization. And if that's the case, you might already mention in the form the names of your colleagues, of your partners, of the people applying with you. But for the sake of simplifying the application process, we first we need to have a representative for the organization making the application.
Yeah, the organization or the team. It could be like you have your team and you answer in the name of your team.
There's no more question for the moment. You can go on, Sophie.
Okay, but if there are no more questions, I think we could end the webinar. If you have any other question, okay, I think there is one more. So Joel said external companies will be asked to join this innovation initiative. Does this mean that Plastic Omnium employees will be invited for innovation initiatives from other companies? I think that maybe the good term is with other companies, because Plastic Omnium employees will be invited to work with with external companies.
Yeah, absolutely, Sophie. So the idea that we engage with external companies or any kind of organization, again, and startups, NGOs, and also like individuals. But whoever is leading the initiatives, the concept and really like the outcome of the meetings, the meetups day that we'll set up in November, is to come up with collaborative project. And there is no like leading partner in this collaborative project. It's in essence a collaborative project, and we actually invite and we encourage people from Plastic Omnium or elsewhere to join projects or ideas generated by other people, because that's what we think and what we value is really like the way they are enriched from the meeting and the sharing of ideas with different partners. So that's really, there is no boundaries, but there is, as you said, Sophie, it's partnering with and not partnering for someone.
Exactly. I let you maybe just one more minute if you want to ask a question. Could you please explain again why there is a 2 steps registration? Yes, I'll come back to it. So the first step is really to register and to have basic information, and so you can have and complete your application form whenever you want. And also you will receive some information about the challenge if you are registered. So it's very important. The first thing is to register. It's a very quick thing to do, and you will be aware of what happens in the challenge. And so the link you have here to the platform to register, and you will also see that there are many information about the challenge is in the chat, so you can go and read and register. And also you have, of course, our email either in the platform, or you have my personal email here. And if you have any question, or if you want to have a chat on the challenge, of course, feel free to contact us, and we will be very happy to answer to any question. Okay, I think that there are no more questions. Thank you very much for your attention, and as I said, feel free to contact us, and we will send you a link with the replay of the webinar, and so you will have all the information. So thank you very much to everyone, and have a nice afternoon. Bye.